Ahoy, artists! Last week we started our pirate unit and drew a pirate portrait. Today we are creating a treasure map for those pirates. The supplies you need today are one piece of paper, a pencil, a permanent marker, crayons, and if you have a cup of coffee or tea. Don't worry, you won't be drinking this coffee. You'll be using it to stain your paper and make it look really old. Check out my finished treasure map. We want to make our treasure map look really old and antique, like something that has been buried and then dug up. I'm going to show you how to draw certain things on your treasure map, but your map doesn't have to look exactly like mine. Feel free to get creative and add your own ideas. To start, you need to decide how you want to hold your paper. Do you want your map to be vertical, like mine, up and down, tall like a tree, or horizontal, side to side, long, like a hot dog? I'm going to use my whiteboard to practice drawing before I put it onto my final piece of paper. If you want to use a piece of scrap paper to practice with me, you can. If not, you can dive right into your final drawing. But maybe starting with a pencil would be best, just in case you make a mistake and need to erase. I'm using a Sharpie so that you can see what I'm drawing. Let's start with how to draw a pirate ship. I'm going to draw it large on my whiteboard first to practice. Follow along on your scrap paper or just watch first to see what I do. I'm going to make waves in the water, making a wavy line. Notice when I draw on my final paper that I'm drawing my wave a little bit smaller and toward the bottom of my paper. I have a lot of things that I need to fit on this treasure map, so I need to keep the wave and ship small to leave room for more drawings. Next step is to draw the ship. I need one line here that goes up and curves a little, and then at the other end of the wavy line, draw a second line that goes up and is slightly curved. Then I need to connect those lines with a long curved line. Now it's time to add details. Maybe I want to add the front of the ship with another curved line. Maybe I want some portholes, or I can draw lines across to show that my ship is made from wood. If I want to make my portholes look 3D, I can add some extra curved lines on the side of the circle. Now I have the bottom of the ship. Next, we need to add some sails. I want my sails to look like they're blowing in the wind. So I'm going to add a curved line here, and then another curved line here, and connect the top with a horizontal line and the bottom with another horizontal line. On the top of the sail, we're going to add a smaller sail. Draw a small curved line here and another here. Then connect the top and the bottom with a horizontal line. Now these sails are not anchored or connected to anything. So that means that I need to add the mast. The mast is the pole that holds the sails up on a ship. I want the mast to be behind the sails, so starting from the bottom of the ship, I'm going to make a line that goes up, hop, over the sail, up, hop, over the sail, and then I'm going to make a diagonal line at the very top. Then I will repeat those steps. Up, hop, but at the very top I will draw another diagonal line, but this time it's going the opposite way. Close these two diagonal lines and add in some more lines. This is called a crow's nest on a ship. A pirate can climb up the mast to the crow's nest to get a bird's eye view, like a crow, to see what's happening out at sea. Now I want to draw a flag that is blowing in the breeze. I'm going to start with a line that goes up from the crow's nest and a circle on top. Then a line that is wiggly like this. Starting here on the flagpole, I'm going to make a similar wiggly line that touches the end of the first one. If you want, you can add a couple more sails. I'm repeating a lot of the same steps. 2 curved lines connected by horizontal lines. You can even decorate your sails. You are the artist. I'm going to finish up my ship with a skull and crossbones flag. It's important that when you draw a map that you have something called a compass. That points to the direction on the Earth's surface. The kind of compass we are going to create is called a rose compass. I'm going to start my compass with a vertical line and a horizontal line. Now I'm going to make a diagonal line from the top that comes down and down. Then from the bottom, up and up. On the side, over and over. Repeat on the other side, over and over. On the top of the compass, we write the letter N, which stands for north. I made my N nice and fancy. Opposite north on the bottom is south. On the right side of the compass is east, and on the left side is west. Do you know how to remember where the directions go on a compass? Never eat soggy waffles. Why would you ever do that? Yuck. If this is north and this is east, I'm going to add another little angle right here for northeast. If this is south and this is east, I'm going to add another little angle right here. That's southeast. Add another angle here. That's southwest. Add my last angle here for northwest. I can add a curved line all around the compass and one more with some stripes to make a super fancy compass. Now we need to add the island where the treasure is. To draw my island, I'm going to draw a little hill or mountain. I will draw where the land meets the water because an island is a little piece of land that has water all around it. I can show the ripples of the water around my island, and I can draw an X showing X marks the spot. This is where my treasure is buried. To show that it's a deserted island, let's add some palm trees. Draw 2 curved lines that are the same, some striped lines, some circles for the coconuts, big curved lines coming out of the coconuts, and then some wavy lines to connect the line back to the tree. We have our ship, we have our compass, and we have our island. We need to make it tough for this pirate to get to the buried treasure. We don't want to make it an easy trip. We want to make some obstacles, some things to get in their way. Maybe some sharks. Draw a big kind of A shape where the A is stretched out. 2 circles for eyes on the sides of the a big upside down letter U, and close it off for the mouth. Then zigzag lines for the teeth. Under the shark, I'll add some waves. And I'll add another little baby shark.
Baby shark do-do-do-do-do-do, baby shark do-do-do-do-do-do, baby shark do-do-do-do-do-do, baby shark.
In the middle of the map, I'm going to make a skull island. Start with almost a full circle, leave the bottom open. At the bottom, make a bumpy line, a couple of eyes, and an upside down heart for a nose. We know how to make an island with some hill-like lines. Okay, let's use a dashed line to show the path the pirate needs to take to get to the buried treasure. Starting at the ship, I will go past Skull Island, through and around the Sea of Sharks, then make a loop-de-loop before they have to reach their destination. I'm going to make this dashed line thicker using my Sharpie. If you used a pencil to draw this map, then you need to pause the video and use a black permanent marker or crayons to ink or trace over all of your pencil lines before moving on. Finally, color in your treasure map using crayons. Now, if you want to make your treasure map look old, you can take the wrapper off your brown crayon and use the side of the crayon to rub over the whole map. Stop there if you do not have tea or coffee. If you want to make it look even older and you do have coffee or tea at home, then follow these steps. The first step sounds a little crazy, but crumble up your map. Be careful when opening it not to rip it. Now, if you have a big bowl of tea or coffee, you can dump your map into the tea or coffee. Don't leave it in for too long or it will tear. Open it slowly. Keep it a little crunched up while letting it dry. If you don't have a big bowl, you can use a paintbrush to paint the coffee onto your paper. If you are using really thin paper like loose leaf or computer paper, you may not want to use coffee or tea because the paper is very thin and might just cause it to rip. That's it. We did it. Once your map is dry, go through the checklist to make sure you completed all the required tasks. Take a photo of your artwork, upload it to this assignment, and click Turn In. See you next week, me mateys.